Are we going? We're good?
We're ready as up now.
Well, we haven't seen Scott. Have you seen Scott?
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
I saw him a lot in Brazil, though.
Yeah. Well, and we saw each other this morning
Yeah, that's
on
true.
a job site.
You look tan.
Feel tan.
Well, and you look good.
It's vacation, Scott.
Right back at you. Yeah, vacation Scott's been in full effect.
Vacation Scott. Looks great.
It's the best Scott there is, I think.
It's funny you say, again, I'm not fishing for compliments. None of this is ever me fishing for compliments. You said that I look great. When I watched the last podcast, I looked, as you can see if someone looks like they have cancer, That's how I felt.
That's how they used to diagnose it back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
For
if,
sure.
like if one of those dogs who could sniff sickness was in the room,
Yeah.
he'd just come right up
Yeah.
to you.
You ever been somewhere and you're like, oh my God, that person, right? They're chain smoking and they're white.
I've gotten that wrong.
That's
I've gotten that wrong before. I thought like the pregnant thing was a big
Oh,
fuck up.
God, fuck that.
But I'm
No,
like,
you never do
how long have
that,
you had
Joey.
cancer?
That's how I felt I looked.
Then they find out they do have cancer. They go to the doctor and find out they do.
Yeah.
Maybe there's another. You can add that to your skill set.
He's the
Noticing-
drug sniffing dog or the
Oh.
cancer
Yeah,
sniffing dog.
exactly. Yeah.
I just thought like everyone knew, but apparently they didn't know. So your family's fucked up. Someone should have told you, dude.
Well, we're going to begin here. This is the Mama Tried Flat Out Friday weekly podcast. Bold statement, weekly.
Weekly.
And we've been pretty consistent with it, so thank you very much, Brian from Geared Science. Before we even begin, it's important that we mention to like, share, comment,
Ring the bell.
hit the bell. And if you're on Apple,
Pew, 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 it's your boy.
you should, what should you do if you're on Apple?
Leave a review.
Oh, you
They're
leave a
really
review.
important for us to get a sort of the algorithm.
So this is the worst podcast I've ever heard. They'll help us.
Perfect.
Exactly.
We have a guest here, Joey Turbo. We're going to meet you in just a second, Joey Turbo. We just have a little bit of housekeeping just to figure out where our head's at. Warren, that's a phrase you use, and I like to use it a lot in my nomenclature of living my life. Where's your head at? Where's your head at, Warren? What's going on with?
Getting ready for Sturgis. I'm putting together everything there to try to start grabbing sponsors, and we've got posters, and our schedule needs to be set, which I keep dragging my feet on, but we're close. Got the 120th coming up, which is going to be fun. We got a great spot at the museum. We have our exhibit going live next month at the museum as well, which will run congruent with the 120th.
Explain that to Joey real quick. What does that mean?
Oh, we have a Mama Tried Flat Out Friday exhibit at the Harley Davidson Museum. So
Like pictures.
Oh,
like
a
motorcycles,
like a
pictures,
retrospective.
videos. Yeah. It's quite the honor, and
pretty
it's
cool.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
hopefully
big
doesn't
is it?
go over like a lead fucking weight. And
Yeah, where is it? Where's it located?
Yeah.
it's at the Harley
The
Museum.
V-Rod
Yeah,
of
but,
exhibitions.
but like what part?
On like the
Where we have
Remember
our,
where
we
they-
have our meetings upstairs that I'm looking for?
no, like in the main deal. Like it's
Oh,
part of the museum.
Damn.
Yeah. So
I think there's going to be a giant scissors involved and a ribbon. Will there be?
A golden shovel.
Are you hoping that there is, or do you think?
I think they're like, let's not do an opening so that we don't burn the museum down before everything goes
It
on.
did actually kind of imply that. They didn't want to, so.
It opens on a
They were
Wednesday.
open for yeah, exactly. Quietly.
Right.
8:30
Without
in the morning.
fanfare, yeah. I sense some reluctance.
Yeah, we call when's it open? It is
Yeah,
open.
well, you know, it opened a couple weeks ago.
No
One
one
half
emailed
hour,
you?
2.5
Surprise! No one emailed you guys?
Warren,
Big guy.
Warren, you got a lot of stuff going on in the shop too. You're
Yeah.
staying pretty busy.
Yeah.
What was the thing that you posted about the Fiserv? You
Oh,
did
that was our first job at Fiserv Forum, which is kind of cool. We got that just from, I think, being at Fiserv with Flat Out Friday. They called us. We had to do some repairs on a railing up in the Pato balcony, which was great.
the Bucks were throwing basketballs up there and just.
I wanted to bring my own basketball and try to whip it down there. Nobody was in the house. They were working on the court while we were working on we were the noisy folks in the building. Like, the place is a ghost town when there's nothing going on.
Yeah,
But it's still kind of cool to,
that's really cool.
yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks.
And you're building a shipping container bar.
Yeah, for what is it? Is it Mojo Fuko? How do you say it, Scott?
Mojofuku.
Yeah, for the Mojo Fuko group.
Putting the FU back in food service. That was actually the original tongue-in-cheek idea. It's not so funny anymore.
Hey man, in retrospect, hindsight's 2020.
I think it's
bit me in
more,
the ass,
more
huh?
appropriate than ever.
Yeah. So we cut the hell out of a container. We're gonna slap it in tomorrow. We got a little bitty crane coming and should be interesting.
How's it going to get through the power lines to get that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's pretty
There's
good.
an operator. That's
Yeah.
that's their job.
Yeah, he might be able to go up and over
Mhm.
or under and kind of just drag along them. It's just telephone.
Yeah.
Nobody uses those anymore.
Yeah, exactly. What big whoop.
What does a little bitty crane look like?
It's a truck operated like gantry. Well, not gantry, but like articulating. You see them a lot in like
Is it the
military.
one with 3 axles on the front and 3 axles in the back?
No. It's four wheels. It looks like a all-terrain vehicle. Like it's made to go off-road. Big, giant, like meaty tires.
Like a lull?
Short and stocky, and it's got just a crane. He drives on the street with it from where he operates the crane.
Really?
Yeah. So and it's just a, shouldn't
Cool.
do that much. Sorry. It's a crane. It's a crane.
Crane, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, watch the hand
It's a
signals.
good visual.
Scott, where's your head at?
I feel great. I'm kind of a chatty Cathy today because I haven't seen you guys in a long time.
And Vacation Scott is in the house.
Yes, exactly.
And where have you been?
I was with you guys in Brazil, and then I got home and I jumped in my van. The very next day, drove to Texas. Went to MotoGP, which was fucking awesome.
Why? Why is the MotoGP awesome?
It's just if you're into motorcycle racing, it's MotoGP is the Formula One of motorcycles.
Does this make sense, Joey?
Yeah.
I've never been
It's
to.
great.
GP,
I mean, the bikes are just
Formula
so
One. I feel like I'm back in math class.
Formula One, Formula Two.
If anyone wants to take
Whatever
bets on
works.
my grade average throughout math and my math career.
It's great. I mean, it's these bikes are just so incredibly fast, and the people that ride them are they're just it takes an immortal amount of skill to operate these things, and they go so quick, and it's great to be at the track. It's a reunion that I do with a bunch of guys that I raced with back in the day.
Did they supply the overalls, or did you bring your own?
That was funny. We went to do Honda had a little exhibition where you could ride a bunch of their small CC bikes around this dirt hay bale course, and you had to have full riding gear on, and we just had shorts,
Mm-hmm.
And so they gave us helmets, and we had to wear long pants, so we all got issued overalls.
Oh, Honda gave you the
boots,
overalls?
yeah.
Oh.
You had to keep them?
No, I wouldn't want to. They're a little gnarly, but
You
a
look
little
better in
super
the
fun. We
shorts.
looked great, right? We got the photo. It was fun, riding a bunch of little bikes around. They space it out so you can't get too crazy in there, but we had a good time.
What, like a Grom or something?
Yeah, Groms. Is there one called a Monkey or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
And just all the little stuff. Super fun. Really good time. Just that those races are really fun. If it was in Europe, there'd be 200,000 people there. It's that popular, or anywhere else in the world. But in the USA, it's much smaller, but still is probably 50,000 people, 80,000
The
people.
highest level of road racing, Joey, it's a circuit that travels the world.
Is it like a course or a
road
like a
course.
track?
Yeah, like a road course, like Road America.
Okay.
Yeah, just like basically the Indy cars. I mean, those are the tracks they use, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And they're going so fast. On Saturday, they were going 228 miles an hour down the straightaway. Can you fucking believe that?
I get nervous at Flat Out Friday. Easy on that
38
turn there,
miles an
buddy.
hour.
Yeah.
Come on.
And on Sunday, if I could go on just a little bit, and Sunday was really fascinating because half the field crashed out.
Is it raining?
No, it was dry, but they think that the track has some issues. It was kind of made for Formula One, and so it's got some wavy parts from all the hard braking. But it's just there's a lot of the bikes are so high tech that they're kind of run by computers, and but still the operator still is in control. But it's where's the computer let off and where's the operator go in, and so the get-offs that these guys were, were just fucking incredible. And everybody walked away, I mean,
Yeah,
coming off a
suits
bike
and-
at 150 miles an hour, you're leaned over. These guys they have pucks on their elbows. That's how far over they are. And, and they weigh like 100 pounds. That's all the guys
Yeah,
are like
little
super
guys.
little. It was great. It was
Their
just a lot
leathers
of
way
fun.
more than their bodies.
Yeah. And we were in Austin for the weekends. Great town. Partied. Had a great time.
No, I forgot.
Ate nothing but tacos and barbecue for the entire weekend.
All right. Well, your head's in a good spot.
Yeah.
Warren's head's in a good spot.
Yeah. I'm back to Milwaukee. It's sunny. It's warm.
You brought
Joe's here.
Vacation Scott, baby. I think I'm getting tan. I should take my jacket off.
I'm getting tan from those
I
sunglasses.
can
dude.
feel it.
Joey, before we start, can you just sit like us? You see how we're sitting with the mic? Yeah. Did I just turn into a teacher voice?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Joey, you see what we're doing, buddy? Just do this right here. Just do this right here. No, we're good, Mr. Proctor.
Okay. Thanks, Joey.
Yep, you're welcome.
Joey, a bold statement here. I think you're an underappreciated member of the Flat Out Friday Mama Tried family. Is that fair to say?
No.
Hear, hear.
I don't feel underappreciated.
All right.
I feel properly appreciated.
Okay.
Okay.
You'd be
good.
much more appreciated if you had a better outfit on today.
Fuck, I can't make you guys happy.
last-
I am underappreciated.
All I wanted to see was that fucking fishnet shirt right
What?
next to me.
There's video of that
When were you wearing a fishnet shirt? At the
at the world's
races?
smallest indoor flat
track?
track
No
in
way.
America.
I forgot. Speaking of that, you are a track owner.
Yes.
This is true.
You and the guys from Texas should get
So it's
together
like
and trade
generations.
ideas and tips.
I'm what, 5th generation?
You got speed bumps in that place from the like braking bumps.
From the hard braking.
Oh yeah, we go over it after every race. It's
Shave it down.
Yeah,
That's
we're planning
cool.
the next one for. We got some offers. Showtime hit us up.
Joe, were you also the entertainment, that part of the entertainment that night?
That was the fishnet.
It's hard
shirt.
to tell though because it was a masked bandit, so it could have been Joe.
Could have been Joe.
Masked bandit. I thought it was
Could have
like
been
a
Joe's
cool
brother.
thing. And it comes in the mail, and I show my wife. She's like, "That's a gimp mask." Like I'm thinking I'm like tough. She's like, like that's not like you're on like the other side of that. I was like, fuck that. I'm gonna make that the strong side then. So my idea of being a tough guy is a gimp mask and a fishnet fucking sweatshirt with no sleeves on it. And that's pretty much been my life.
But so
kinda
you ordered it from a website that was just like all guns and gimp masks or something, or
No, I don't, dude. I don't like. I looked up leather mask, and I'm like, that one looks sick. I'm like executioner style, like. And then she's
Bad
like, dude,
fucking
no.
bike.
And she like shows me like what those. I'm like, fuck. I just never thought of myself as the gimp in the relationship.
I think for entertainment value, it worked really well.
Yeah, that was great.
Can't breathe in it.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Because it's got a
Cheeks start
zipper.
sliding around when you.
Well, no, my fucking chubby ass face, it sticks like a goddamn glove. And it just like goes like up my lip. Eventually I just look like a fucking beaver.
Like
My idea of sexy doesn't really like translate on camera, which I have a feeling I'm about to find out. I'm all excited. We've got this international podcast. All these beautiful Brazilian people are going to see this. And I'm going to be looking. They're going to be like, that dude has got
Joey's a
cancer. That guy's got cancer.
Well,
Full
you and me
circle.
both, buddy.
Yeah.
But Joey, tell us for those people that don't know, because you work behind the scenes, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I don't think you get the full credit in what you do. So tell us, what do you do?
Yeah. What's your title?
My title?
Yeah.
With what? with you guys?
Yeah.
That's a good. I feel like it changes.
You're like the producer.
Yeah. I'm like,
You produce the show.
yeah, Jeremy's right hand man.
You produce the show that is the race.
Yeah. Yeah. Party producer.
There's a history there, and I think that's a story in itself. But let's just focus on what you do. And so, explain what is your day like at a Flat Out Friday day or a week of the event?
Well, it's linking up with like everything that you see, like the live footage or the streaming footage. I'm basically the one like everyone's pissed at from like the race wanting to go and TV telling me like, or the TV wants to go, the track can't go. So they're talking to me, so they're not talking to each other. That's what's actively happening, like the day
in your headset.
Yeah, which has gotten a lot better because the first time I did that, I was DJing. I had 3 headsets at the Bradley Center.
Really?
Yeah, 3 fucking
So you're
headsets.
putting them.
Yeah, like it was like a joke, and I got Mark Martinich next to me. His first time doing it. There's 7 empty Monster cans. So we're in the weeds. We're somewhere, and I'm like trying to like listen. I'm talking to like the light guy. That's a separate headset for the spotlight guy for the leader, who's like definitely not on. He's not on anybody. He's just kind of going around
Right.
in a circle. But yeah, so I'm like communication from the track to TV.
And why you got that job? Or I don't even want to set it up. I'm asking you, how did you get that job? Why would you think we would empower you to have such a feel? Because you're the producer of the job. You of the event. You show our event. Why would you have that job?
Oh,
You make Friday Friday look like Friday
Yes.
Friday.
Yeah, well, I feel like I get it, which is the reason I do it. Is that it's not what if it's just like a traditional motorcycle race or whatever. I don't think I would be interested in it. But yeah, I give a fuck, really,
Yeah.
and the philosophy
Right.
of it.
And you're not a motorcycle person, so I think you bring like an extra amount of
That's an
of
understatement.
understanding
Yeah.
to the table.
Definitely
So-
not a motorcycle person.
Yeah.
Which I found out the first time. When I'm like trying to like be tough, like again, this is a gimp mask situation. I'm like walking through like the pit, someone starts up their bike and I fucking jump like 3 feet in the air. It's like, oh yeah, wearing a pink hat. So now everyone's gonna take me seriously. This is great. Let me tell you guys what to do. We got like talking to like Harley, like their like whole like production team. It's like, this is gonna be a long fucking day. I got dust in my eyes and shit. So I'm like looking at the exhaust, like that's pretty cool. Oh, how long has it been since you started that guy up? That fucking hurt, but I have to act like it doesn't, and I can't see. And I'm talking, there's some babe interviewer, like, where do I go? I'm like, where am I? Like, I don't fucking know what to tell you here. But I guess that's the reason that I'm here. That I'm the right man for the job, I guess. Mm-hmm. You know, and it's a lot of fun. Like working with Mind Pool was super easy because they get it.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, who's Mindpool?
That's like our production team that handles all like the streaming.
Yeah, Josh Adams.
Yeah, and to have
His
them
team.
do it like, I mean, they do like Super Bowl shit, you know, Foo Fighters and so them,
Dropkick Murphys, I think they were
Yeah.
just at.
and for them to be
do
on
the
board
Bucks.
with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, like when you first started and you're dealing with, well, first you started with us. We didn't do production stuff at all, right?
No,
It
no.
was just like, it was kind of like,
it was
you
basement
were,
shows.
You were like between me and Jeremy, right? Like I was one wanting this, and then Jeremy was wanting this.
Yeah.
And you were having to like mediate between.
That sucked.
And then you
That was the
moved
first-
into like dealing with. So you got through that, and then you moved into the Harley. So you just keep getting thrown into this.
Yeah. The
But then
first
we-
time I met you,
Crucible.
I went to the meeting, and it was at
Oh, at the mothership.
no, this was at the garage I had, and you're the first one there. So I see this like big dude, definitely looks like he just got off of work. Like, oh fuck me. You sit down, you know, you're nice. You introduce yourself. We have this meeting and get to know you a little bit, and then right before we leave, you're like, don't let Jeremy say yes to anything. And because we had a meeting with Harley the next day, and I'm like, oh, there's no pressure there. Don't let Jeremy say yes to anything. It's coming from you, and I don't know you. So I'm like, either I fucking die or I have to tell my friend to not say
Awesome.
yes to anything. And then we go there, and I'm thinking like, well, we're going to like talk with Harley, some just dressed normal. Like, I'll be probably the best looking guy there. Everyone's gonna be in jean jackets and whatever, you know. We're in like the executive office. We have to like, show our ID to like get up there. He's coming off of school teaching, so he's got a fucking tie on. So I look like a total asshole. We get all the way up there, and one of the guys makes the joke. What do you say? He's like, "You guys want a beer?" I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "I was kidding." like, oh, this place isn't. This is cool still. Like, yeah, they probably got like their leather vests on underneath this. These guys, right?
I mean, it's just you're good at getting into places that require some nuances.
Yeah, but I feel like that's like what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're taking something and
And you've been great about just going arm in arm with us wherever we go. You're just like, okay, what are you guys doing? Okay, yeah, let's do it. Wait, how do you guys know each other?
how do
Well,
we
so
know
now
each
this is
other?
we're entering the chapter of history.
I thought we'd start with chapter of history.
Okay,
Go
let's do it.
backwards.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah. All right.
We already started. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Normally you start with, hey, where are you from? Where'd you grow up? What's your mom like? What do you eat for breakfast?
Ooh, what's my mom like? That's a good one.
It's in
That's a
here.
different podcast. That's a
You're
different
stealing my
podcast.
He's got a list right here.
Yeah, well, let's.
Joey, so how did I meet you? Well, first off, Joey, in our little neighborhood of River West, Joey was a musician and well known in the town of River West. Right? You had a bunch of bands. You were a promoter, or you were putting on punk shows.
Yeah.
And and I had become a fan of what you do with your with Rio Turbo. And I had just watched the art that you were doing that way, and then you ended up bartending on the corner by my house, and I would go there every shift you worked, as I was taking out the recyclables.
Yeah. But how did we meet? I don't remember
I
the
think
first time meeting you.
I just went up
He's a
and
fanboy.
hey,
I don't think that was
I
it.
like what you're doing.
Sounds like it.
Maybe we could do something together.
I think he like felt bad. He's like, dude, you're doing the same shit I was
it's
doing
fanboy.
10 years ago.
Is that
No.
what I said?
No, I just think that'd be like my guess. Like, I gotta look out for this guy.
No, I feel like when
He's
we
working at the same bar, dude. Like with the lights
No.
going off and the.
I feel like when you told me about Joe, you showed me the video that you guys shot on Jones Island, the Rio Turbo with the cop car and
Yeah.
Oh, Platinum Boys video.
Platinum
Yeah.
Boys video. Yep, not Rio Turbo.
That was
That
really
was the shit.
stupid.
Yeah, that was awesome. How
There's
long
like
ago
so
was
many
that?
fucking felonies and. That was a bad idea.
It was a music video you made for your band, Platinum Boys, and there was a cop chase in it.
Yeah, we dressed as police officers in a police car with like 92 tags on it. It was like a real fucking with the lights and shit. And we're going and shooting like these scenes all over the city. No permits, no anything. Twice there was a cop that pulled up and just like watched us. And like one of the scenes is like us like pretending to do a bunch of, I don't know if I can say it, cocaine, and like throwing it like all over like our there's like weapons, just like and the idea is two of us were arresting the other two, and then I thought about it like afterwards. And we actually. I have a lawyer, I think, right? You guys have a lawyer or something that I could use. So we actually pulled someone over shooting the fucking video, and that's when I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, really? You accidentally pulled someone
Yeah, we
over?
were like, so the gentleman, T.W. Hansen, wonderful human, smart dude, can't see worth a lick, and so
He's a director.
yeah, and he
Okay.
fucking crushed it. I know, but like he's amazing, but like he just his vision is a little off, and he once admitted that he can't see stop signs while I'm in the car with him. He's driving, so this is all truth. Like there's no lie here. So he's like, "All right, you're good to go for the shot." So we turn the lights on by Valence kind of over here, off like Holton and Capitol.
Yeah.
And we take the right turn. Right before we take the turn, this car drives past that isn't the car that we're chasing. And they pull over. And I was with Matt Pappas, and he's like, "What the fuck do we?" I was like, "We just go. Like, they're just going to be like, whew, they got lucky. They must have got another call." And all I could
As
think
you
about,
drive by with your gimp mask.
but all I could think about was like the police like coming up, like there'd be no fucking argument.
Oh,
You
no,
guys have like a
would
really
be
good
screwed.
lawyer, right? So you guys were like, police? Yeah. You have a badge on? Mm-hmm. Cop car? For sure. Red and blue lights? I think so. Siren? Yeah. Yeah, check it. And then we finally get back, and then we're like cleaning out the car from all the bullshit. And we found like 3 fucking like weed pipes underneath the seat from like 1985. Just to add to the what
Yeah.
could
The
have
felonies.
been. The felonies.
Where did you get the car?
TW.
He's a car salesman.
He's a magic man. If you want something, that
He's the
dude-
man.
Yes, he gets it. I don't.
All right.
He fucking gets it.
All right. So he found a complete cop car
Yeah,
with the lights and the everything.
just
And the weed pipes.
we didn't know about that. But just like I mean, we made it like it was like full of contraband, like intentionally.
Right. But not knowing that there was actual contraband in the car.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The question started out as how did I meet,
Yeah,
meet
sorry
you?
about
And
that.
so that's how we introduced Joey to you guys. But from that point when we became friends, which was a point unknown, I would go into your shift and we would talk philosophy.
Yes.
Heavy and hard. And I was telling my wife I was taking out the recyclables, and I'd always come in with a recycling bin.
Yeah. He'd be there it'd be like 2 hours. He's like, yeah, I'm just taking out the recyclables because like it was like a 2-minute walk from his house to the bar. And then we get like on some tangent about something or
about
into some deep-
philosophy of art and music
Yeah,
and
life.
and style and life
Yeah.
for sure.
And
And that told me you could handle the reins of what we're doing here.
yeah, and I appreciated that.
So you were auditioning
trust.
him?
No, just like, hey, that's the guy that could carry some of this load, some of this weight,
Right.
that could drive the boat while I sit shotgun and shoot, if you will.
That could drive the van with the trailer
getaway
that doesn't have any
car.
lights in the storm. With Ed and Melinda.
And you were there from the first one, right?
No. I believe I was there for
I think when you said you started, was it the first production or the first show at the Bradley Center?
we played one. That was like my introduction to it. I think Platinum Boys played
Oh,
In the foyer.
yeah.
yes, you played the first one,
And
with
then-
the first broadcasted one.
Yeah.
At the
And-
Panther Arena?
Yes.
Yep, and then started working.
Gotcha.
I didn't even know what the hell my job was at first.
You were setting up. I asked you to set up a punk show in the lobby,
Yeah, that was the job. I guess that was my job at first.
and you were like, "Dude, I need extension cords," and I was like, "Joy, I don't know," and you're like, and you said, "Okay,
yeah.
like I'll figure it out."
Jerry, where are the bands parked? And, like, there's fucking 1,000 motorcycles in this fucking arena that's just like wants to kill us. Where are the bands parked? Like, okay, yeah. I'll
You
figure it out.
figured that out, so that was really impressive.
Yeah, you got to
That
do
was
it.
your hazing.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
handled
it
it.
was the proof of because it's not easy shit to do. Like what we all do for that, from the race to the show. Like it's why like it's the playing music. I thought I was surrounded by like the strangest, dumbest people in the world. And no offense to you guys out there, but it's like motorcycle like riders are like
Gotta be.
musicians with concussions. And so it's like, holy fuck, what the hell are you even talking about? Like, I thought we were the dumbest ones, and I'm like, I feel a little better about myself. Like, it's just like, I'll fucking prove it, man. But, you know, and I've met so many awesome people, you know, but it's just like, when you have like a mass of people from all over the fucking place.
Look, especially the first couple hours of Flat Out Friday, it's just a fucking
Yeah,
pandemonium.
and no one knows who the fuck I am. So I'm like trying to tell someone, like to do something. That works out very well. Joey, you gay?
That's right.
Excuse me? Our boys from the south. You gay? And I'm like, you know, at this point, like they're part of the family, you know, like we're all friends. And I can tell right, I was like, you guys have a fucking bet going on whether or not.
So how'd you handle this? What
I said, I've sucked a couple pipes. But mainly I'm into women. And then then I just walked away and haven't talked to him since.
Was that when you guys were down in Tennessee setting up the?
No, that
or
was
here?
That was Cleveland. That was in Cleveland.
Cleveland.
When we had the after party at the 2 bars across the street from each other.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got propositioned that night.
We did.
Yeah.
At the diner.
We could have been Eskimo buddies.
Yeah, but think like, talk about not having a type. You and me. Like, what are you into here?
Probably a safe bet that we didn't act on any of that. So.
You got to fill me in here. I don't know this story.
We were at the bar and
It was like the after, like,
After bar in Cleveland.
after
bar. So it was after Flat Out Fridays. It was Friday night, I think, or
Is that
Saturday.
one with the tiered seating behind
yes,
the bar?
yeah. It was like a very, like, it was a cool place.
Yeah, it was like vintagey feeling, and I believe she propositioned you first, and then dipped over to me after you said no.
To go into the bathroom.
I believe
To
it
do
had
drugs?
oral sex. I believe was
yes.
the topic.
So she was
But it's
friendly.
like,
Nice.
the thing about going from like me, you'd be like, well, I got to go to Warren. It's like, what the fuck? Like
She's just throwing darts.
yeah,
man.
like at first, like I felt like kind of special at first. I was like, no, thank you, I'm good.
But I'm flattered.
Yeah. And then Warren comes up, he's like, that shit just has me go in the bathroom, and I'm like, motherfucker. You're always stealing my thunder, man. And then I thought about like, you asked me, and then you asked Warren.
I mean, I feel like that's a compliment.
I know. I feel like that's a great
It is,
compliment.
but it's funny to think about like,
Yeah.
I think we're like the 2 extremes of white dudes.
Yeah, she was.
I'm like the short, chubby white dude with no facial hair, and you're the really tall fucking white dude with the beard.
Yeah. She definitely didn't have.
Didn't
Her
discriminate.
guardrails were really wide.
Yeah, open-minded, and maybe open other ways. I
She
don't
was
know.
very friendly.
Yeah, an open person.
Yeah, she was very friendly.
Very giving.
So if you're watching this or listening to this, thank you
Whoever
for
you are,
boosting
yeah.
our confidence
Yeah.
that evening.
You highlighted on a point, Scott. I asked him if you'd done Tennessee. We did 2 events in Tennessee. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Merville.
2 Flat Out Friday events.
That's where I drove the van with the trailer with no lights in the storm with Ed.
Ed Subius.
Yep, the man, and Ms. Melinda Jackson, good friend. Fucking terrifying. First, Ed's driving. It's raining. He's got both his phones out, and I'm like, I'm already nervous in cars. Like I don't like it. I was like, this is not gonna work. I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack.
He's like doing social media.
That's
like
exactly. He was working his ass off. Like, I mean, hardest worker I've ever met.
Hardest social media
Yeah.
worker.
But then we were at the first gas station. I'm like, hey, I'm like feeling pretty good. You mind if I drive? And I know that, but we have no brake lights. But they're like on the trailer, so like, and you can't really see. So if we stop on the highway, the car behind you is not going to know. We made it. We made it. Also, Ed did this funny thing where we stayed at a hotel halfway there. He made a hot pocket, takes it out of the microwave, and he put it on the foot of the bed. And I'm like looking, I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm letting it cool off. So like as I'm looking at like the big open table. It's like, right there, he's like, yeah. All right, fuck me. I guess none of my business, really. I'm not.
On the shitty comforter on the shitty hotel.
Yeah, just fucking, just
Plunks
like,
it
but with
down.
like purpose, like that's where that goes. And I'm just like looking at it, like there's like the pepperoni's kind of squeezing out the side.
This still in its jacket? Is it
Yeah,
on a plate or is just
no,
jacket straight
just,
on?
Yeah, just that little cardboard space foil thing. Just fucking right there.
We all have our quirks.
Yeah.
This is
You
true.
got to Tennessee, Joey. What was it like doing an event in Tennessee, an outdoor event? It was our short-lived outdoor events.
Oh, it was wild. It was definitely is beautiful. We stayed up in the Smokies, and then the culture's different, but also very accepting. We were welcomed, good hospitality. What was our guy's name?
The guy that the guy that prepped to the track. No, he wanted Michelob Ultra.
Sure, we're going on a beer run. What kind of beer you want?
I asked him. Yeah, I wanted to do it. Like, hey, I'll give you a little extra something.
And James and the dude's like fucking like, we're getting shitty weather. He's not giving up. like he's really like up
He's
in the
really excited. He really wants to help.
yeah, like
us.
Yeah.
if this race can fucking happen, this is the dude to do it.
Yep.
Like he's not one of those guys like, yeah, I don't know. I saw the forecast. I'm not even gonna start the old roller fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are fucked. Sorry, man.
No, he was into it.
He was into it, and then Jeremy, being, grateful for that. Hey, we get you some beer. Hey, come bring one. Colorado. And I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I don't know what the fuck he said. And Jeremy's like being played, like, what's that? And I kind of look at Jeremy, I'm like, oh, we are fucked. Because like, how are we gonna get to this? Like, neither of us speak whatever the fuck that language is. And then that was like the 5th time, and one of us heard it, and it wasn't the beer that. I think that was a big part of it that we were
I
expecting.
wasn't expecting Michelob Ultra.
Yeah. Michelob.
He's a big guy and a tough guy.
And there's the guy in the trailer, right outside of the
The guy that
track.
lived at the track.
Yeah, he lived he lived outside of the track. At the track. Maryville, Tennessee.
Wasn't he? He was like rocking a van, like a dually van or something, or quad axle, or
Yeah.
had
no
like
muffler
4
on it.
tires on the thing.
Yeah, it was just every time it rained, he was just trying to beat the rain. He was just working it in. It was really impressive.
And
I'm talking days ahead of it.
And it was one of the coolest moments because we got to run practice, and it was the best practice ever ran. Like, it felt like the event. Like, everyone was super fucking stoked. It was beautiful. We knew the weather could possibly be coming back.
The track was perfect, and
Yeah, and then it did get rained out, but it felt like it was still a success. Like the truth was there, and everyone felt it. Everyone got it.
Come on, Proc. 6.
We ended up we did 2 events. The second one got
Jeremy,
rained out.
turn off your phone like we do here.
I don't know how to turn off this new phone.
I just start
you got a new
moving
phone.
stuff.
I did.
All right.
But prepping that track was awful.
Is that because everything? I feel like my shop is still covered in red dirt.
I was gonna say we have so much gear that is still coated in that red dirt.
Yeah.
You should see the rental car.
We
shout out to
we,
Greg
shot, we,
Twig.
we ended up shooting not a music video, a promotional video for Harley Davidson
Yeah.
in the rental car.
We're out there putting out
them.
fucking hay bales, right? I drive all the way to fucking Tennessee. I'm supposed to be the party manager, producer guy, right? That sounds like fun as fuck. Hay bales. The whole motherfucking thing, it's like 110 degrees on orange fucking mud. So it's just like hitting right back at you, and it's like sticking to your boots. So you'd have like this much, like for real. I was
Just
like fucking Dikembe
clodhoppers.
Mutombo. I'm but really slow. And then the fire ants. So you'd be like putting them, and then like you'd start feel like, am I vibrating? Like, what the fuck is that? Just fire ants all over your body, and you're like, well, all right, I only got like 600 more to go. That's not too bad. And I'm just like sweat. Like, I've never fucking.
That's what
worked
you
like
said.
that,
You said,
man.
dude, I've never worked harder in my life.
No, not even close. That's like some prison shit. Like for like long prison shit. Like you ain't going home kind of stuff. So it's like, well, buddy, you don't mind dying. Because like once the ants, and then we're putting it up there, and they're shooting that commercial, and Greg Twig and I are putting them up, and like right behind us, like. They've got their fucking, like, their girlfriends, like, waiting for them, like, getting, like, cold waters and being taken care of. Like, they're, like,
Umbrellas.
polishing up their bikes. Hey, guys, yeah. Never. So, yeah, I am fucking underappreciated. You're right. You're right. Thanks for bringing that up.
I think they offered us water.
Yeah. So, nobody take the lead. You take the lead and you get the rain. You good to go drink big old bottle, you not hydrate yet. And Jeremy's like losing his shit because of the weather, naturally.
Yeah.
It's walking a hole in the mud.
Yeah,
Like a circle.
When we're taking like such a big fucking chance, right? Like we're going out there. You guys weren't there,
No.
and I think that was like a big part of the stress too, because it's like, fuck, if this like whiffs, like I gotta go back to the family, and It's like leaving like the Amish village and be like, yeah, that didn't work out. I'm back, guys. I'm gonna start growing this beard back out of here. My bad. but it was real. It was fucking real. And we did it. And
Speaking
thanks.
of real, Joey, when are you going to bring back your Instagram series? I forget what it was called, but
the Juicing with Joey.
yeah, Juicing with Joey.
Yeah. What happened with that?
Again, I'm just waiting for some callbacks, just like on the world's smallest flat track indoor in the USA in Milwaukee.
The pepper spray one that
Dude, that
left
fucking
residue.
Sucked ass. Oh,
So-
on my hat.
Yeah.
So hang on. So stop for a second. Set this up for him.
Joey, how many? It was like I think it was like every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
It was every Sunday. Juicing with Joey's would come out and he'd do like a weird stunt or a stunt.
God bless my wife.
What were a couple of them? What were a couple of the good ones?
What did we all juice? We juiced the pepper spray.
But juicing meant
What do
that it was a loose term. Juicing with Joy was a loose term.
Yeah, what
for a
does it mean
stunt.
to you? So we juiced the pepper spray, but that was just putting it in my face. Juice
using
the
it.
whip it.
You're like getting it, like
Yeah. And it was like during
Experience.
it was during the pandemic.
Did you juice like
Oh,
a
is that what it
pineapple or
was?
anything normal like that, or was it just illicit things?
No. So, like I said, the whip it. You know what the whip it is?
Yes.
You talk like this afterwards. Wrong mask, I should fucking got an executioner mask.
I saw you eat a caterpillar or something.
Oh, that was a cicada. That was fucking disgusting. That sucked.
Well,
It
that's-
all sucked.
that's
None of it
strange.
was I wasn't like coming out of it like, hell yeah, dude. I would just like look at like Sarah and I had just gotten married. The world fucking shuts down, and I'm doing shit like that. God bless.
That's
you.
when it was in 2020.
That
you
was
were
like
doing it.
I had like I did it years previous, but I wanted to like make something funny for people.
It was
Everyone
funny.
was bored.
yeah.
It was a good
was
time.
very
to
I thought it was
laugh.
great.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
loved
thanks.
it.
Thanks for the gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
But yeah, I'm waiting for like Netflix, Hulu if you're out there.
he put on he had so he
Can you
did
still find it? Can you still see it?
Yeah. Hashtag juicing with Joey on Instagram. It'll change your life probably.
well so
It'll
like
change your opinion on me.
Joey was
worse than it
working
already
with
is.
Joey was working with Martinich and doing some stuff at the house, and he wore the same hat that he pepper sprayed himself in the day before, and started sweating and re-pepper sprayed himself
Oh no way.
in the pit of despair.
Oh, fucking. Again, prison. It's like I fucking meet you fuckers and 700 hay bales and I'm in a fucking hole with Mark Martinich with fucking pepper. Like, that's my own
With a
fault.
pepper spray hat.
I felt like once you got married, someone was there like, you can't wear that hat. Not the case. She's probably like, yeah. Oh, yeah, honey, look good. That one. Is Mark picking you up? In the struggle bus. Joey! He's on my neighbor's porch. Joey! Hey, Mark. I got you a monster. Mark saved my fucking ass. It was my only source of like income. So shout out to
So
him,
Mark
too.
Martinich are
Yeah.
also part of our team. We should get him on here sometime.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
local flat track
definitely should.
lover.
You might need
and
an extra
stoke.
one of those
Legend.
for the levels. Maybe I bet you can find those plastic masks for COVID. Like, probably pretty cheap right now. They just throw one of those in front of them because I don't know if there's a fucking
We should have
microphone that can
Martinich
handle-
on. I want to hear his stories.
He doesn't have an
backstories.
indoor voice, that's for sure.
What is?
No, no.
How are you and your wife? How are things going?
Real good,
Yeah.
real good. We've got opened up a bar and
What's it called?
Promises
Yes.
on 6th and National in Walker's Point. And then she's a tailor, a seamstress, and her shop is right above it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Cool.
So we get to,
Nice.
yeah, it's fucking awesome.
When
You
did she
guys-
move out of the River West base? A while ago?
Yeah, I'd say probably 4 months ago.
Okay.
5 months ago.
So this is new.
Yeah.
How's business, man? How's the bar business in Milwaukee?
We've been very fortunate.
Good.
We have a lot of like cool people that support us and get the word out.
Mhm.
But so far, so good. You know?
And you guys do a lot of live music there?
Yeah. We do a lot of different events. We're like a punk sports bar
alternative sports bar.
Yeah, fuck around place.
Yeah,
You know?
I saw the lineup. I think it was last week, man. You had it stacked every day. Was
Yeah,
something wild
That's
and
the objective.
interesting.
I mean, there's always cool shit going on, and that's the thing. Like I'd find myself like kind of doing the same thing, like complaining that there's not enough to do.
Mm-hmm.
You go to another city, have a great time. Like, man, I'm gonna move there. It's here too. You know, like it's fucking awesome here.
Yeah,
There's
it
always
is.
shit going on.
It is.
What's tonight at the bar?
What is tonight? Tonight is we have a little country. Sorry, not country. Supper Club Folk. Fucker. Group, no, called The Gamble. And they're awesome. They do like
It's a
little
band.
residency thing. Yeah. Man, I wrote country on it once and I was not.
Never heard the end of that.
No. But they're amazing. And they've been
So you have a folk band every Tuesday.
in every other Tuesday.
All right.
And that's in one room, and in the other room, there's another show. So we have like a front and back room.
So you have 2 shows tonight,
Yeah, do you want to guess if that was on
and,
purpose
and
or
it's a
on
Tuesday.
accident? I'm still me.
Joey, why open a bar? Why be involved in the service industry? Which may be a question Scott might want to ask.
Let's not even get into it.
I feel
Let's not, yeah. We don't need to.
Well, why would you
There
wanna do
goes
this?
How about a
vacation,
fresh
Scott.
How about a fresh
It's
perspective?
probably snowing outside right now. There's no windows in here for those of you at home. So we're gonna go outside. It's gonna be 13 degrees. It's snowing. It's gonna be pale as shit. Jeremy's gonna have cancer again. We're gonna be in the fucking weeds, man. But why open up? I've always wanted to do it, and an opportunity came up to do so, and there's something not missing, but something I've wanted to do that isn't, I guess, missing. It
Yeah,
was missing.
definitely
Because I wouldn't
missing.
do it if it was already there,
Right.
especially with places like Cactus Club and like X-Ray Arcade and stuff. As far as like venues go, I think they're amazing and great friends. But there's like something else that I've gathered from, years of touring and playing shows. And I just wanted to I want it to be like my fault if it sucks. If it's not fun, it's on me.
Right.
I've never had that opportunity to like have that. And then find out if it's something I want to like do or just be a part of or
Yeah, it takes a big set of balls to get out there and get after it. You know.
you wouldn't believe how
Making
big
it
these
happen.
balls are, buddy. I'm sitting on them right No, but yeah, it is. It is terrifying. Every day, like there's times where I'll forget. I'm just, it hit me. I'm like, oh fuck, this is all on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
you're a good impresario of good times. You're good,
Dang.
I'm assuming you didn't learn that in Texas.
I didn't know we were speaking Portuguese still.
Yeah. You're a purveyor of good times. You bring the
Oh,
good
yeah,
times.
hit me
You're a
with
good
that
times
one.
bringer, Joe.
Jesus.
Impresario?
Impresario?
Yes. You guys haven't heard that word before?
No.
But it's a great word.
You should have a big word every.
Well,
every episode.
going back to Joey's concussion.
I'm trying to figure out how to spell that fucking word.
Anyways,
Yes.
Joe's a good times bringer.
So a bar industry is perfect.
Perfect. I think it's perfect for you because
Yeah.
you're the life of the party. You're a good entertainer. You've been in great bands. You've started great bands. You're in great bands. You guys know how to bring the good times. Whenever you do posters or you make videos or whatever, or social media posts, it's always like fun and clever and thoughtful. And
Yeah.
I think that it's a great spot for you.
Yeah, it comes
That's
out in the
nice
bar.
to hear. I'm
You
glad.
have a good brand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that if it's happening, if you're involved in it, it's going to be fun. Which is why I think what you saw.
Mm-hmm. Joey's brand.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel appreciated again.
Joey,
I forgot all about the
Tell-
fucking
after
ants
Tennessee.
and the death trip. And
I gotta go back a little bit. I gotta ask you about your growing up. You grew up in the city of Milwaukee here,
no, I did. I grew up in Appleton,
which
Fox
is where?
Valley. It's like 90 miles north of Milwaukee.
That's where Willem Dafoe's from, Appleton.
Yes. I don't think he likes that. And I,
For people that don't know what's Appleton like,
it's like mid-sized
Manufacturing
city.
manufacturing
Yeah, a lot of
town.
like paper goods
Yeah.
in the area. It's kind of like, I don't even know how many fucking people are there now. Too many. A lot of cops. So if you got any warrants or anything, don't go to Appleton.
and your upbringing itself, two loving parents, brother, sister, mom. What was it like growing up?
This is a fucking setup. This is are we going to the deep part of the podcast?
Just what was it like growing
Therapy's
up?
on fucking Thursdays. It was a lower class. Everyone did their fucking best, and I guess that taught me a lot about life. And I got lucky because I found friends that were like super into music and like doing stuff. And both like my brothers didn't at first, and they got into the other stuff, drugs.
You were also into sports growing up.
Yeah, I played baseball and soccer and football. Played basketball for a little bit, but didn't work out.
When did
I'm not as good at basketball as I look like I am.
when did sports end and music and art begin?
I was at football practice, and there was a drill. So we were supposed to play a show with like our little punk band playing covers.
So you were playing football and in a band at the same time.
Yeah.
Did you have Turbo on the back of your jersey?
I don't
Because
think
that
we even
would
had our
that
names.
would be hot.
I think I had to like make my own fucking jersey. Someone would steal mine. But there's a drill where you just go like this. You take a hit. And I was
Do you know this drill, Warren?
You just stand up with your arms up?
yeah. And you line up across
Okay.
the hash marks, and then you just get hit.
You stand stationary, somebody just runs at you.
Yeah.
That's bull in the ring.
And
It's called Bull in the Ring.
Yeah, I know that one.
You know this drill?
boner ring?
Yeah,
It could be called boner ring. It would be fitting.
Well, that
Bull in
didn't,
the ring.
that didn't do it for me, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
But I was lined up with definitely like the best. Like this guy didn't have to work on his fucking tackling.
So was
Darren,
Warren.
Darren Ryland. He's like from like the country, like just like
Warren
all the
size.
fucking time,
Yeah.
just huge, strong as fuck. Like, oh yeah, like every bit of me, like whatever logic I have, I'm like, this is not good. Like what? He's like our leading tackler, strongest guy on the team. Yeah, here you
Just
go.
gonna hold your hands
Here
up.
you go, dude. I was like, fuck this. And I left and played the show at the arcade. And my dad came.
Your band's name was Arcade?
No, that's where we were playing. There
Oh,
was
at the
like
arcade.
a little arcade, yeah.
What was the name of the band?
Huge turnout. What was it? Face for Radio.
I like it. And it was a punk cover band?
We had originals.
All right.
We had originals.
All right.
Some hits.
What was one of the hits? What was the title of one of the hits?
Oh, Jesus. Beavers on Broadway. Any other questions, Scott?
You said your dad what? Your dad went to pick you up?
No, he came and found me at the show.
At the show?
Yeah.
Because you just walked off practice?
Fuck yeah. Because I wanted to play the show.
Did you let the guy hit you, or did you?
No. And since then, I've been dodging them ever since, in a general way. I know when to call it.
Smart.
I know when to call it.
Smart.
He went to the show and grabbed you by the ear and said, "No, you're getting back on the team."
Like, there's like, he wasn't the one that could be like, you sold antiques. Yeah, I'd see him sleep till fucking 1 o'clock. Like, all right, you're easy, pal. You go fucking get tackled by Darren Ryland, asshole. Like, I'm just trying to have some fun. I'm not like, he didn't find me smoking crack in the garage. Like, I'm just playing music. So that, yeah, then we had a good conversation afterwards. He understood. He was trying to tell me follow through with things that you sign up for.
Sure. Good lesson.
Yeah, except like when you have like internal organs that you need to protect. If I at fucking 14 or 13 could figure that out. I hope
This
I
is
would.
8th grade. You were in a band. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah, that's
been like-
super impressive. I thought you were talking about like senior in high school or something.
No, I started in. When did we start our band? 5th grade, 6th grade. Played bass because my two best friends play guitar and drums, so I didn't really have a say in it. And Ivan has sound gear, like the little cheap basses with the 15-watt amp with the distortion button.
Mm-hmm.
Badass.
Your band.
Nice.
You took bands. You continued on with bands, and I'm gonna maybe assume that's how you got to Milwaukee, or why you moved to Milwaukee.
It is. The same two dudes. We were still in a band. We're going to school here, and I had no plans. So I just like playing bass, just followed suit, and here I am. Where the fuck is this place? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you made it.
I don't even know
Joe.
if it's fucking snowing.
And you went. And you mentioned that you've been on tour.
Yeah.
And tell us what's like touring. I mean, you run a bus. You're living in high-end hotel
Oh
rooms.
yeah, all the time. But we were in broken down vans where the drive shaft would rip through the floor, sleeping under a lot of coffee tables next to litter boxes in 110 Philadelphia heat. Picked up a bunch of chicks. No. Just fucking driving 10 hours, just hoping for the best. A lot of shows with between 15 and 30 people. Some at like someone's parents' house that you didn't know about. It's a
Like
good-
they'd book a show and then you get there and you're like, well, it's actually
yeah,
at my
like because
parents'
you
house.
take whatever you can get. If you're booking like a 40-day tour and you're 18, cool. It's got a cool name. It's like, yeah, dude, we're playing at the fucking torpedo pad. And you get there and it's like fucking dudes, like his parents' house. You're playing next to like the fucking dryer that's on because she's doing the wash. She's like switching out the wash after song 3. There's fucking 3 of his buddies there, and it's like, yep, got a hunch we can't stay here. So let's go. It's not that far from New Orleans to El Paso. We'll just drive overnight and overday and overnight, and you just go to El Paso. It'll be fine. Thanks for having us. Yeah, my roommate's got really bad mono. Oh, cool. Thanks for having us over. And you're like, guys, we're sleeping in the fucking backyard. You wake up, there's dog shit everywhere. I don't know what's worse, like the fucking internal bacterial situation that you're gonna have, or. But yeah, touring was awesome.
No,
I made a bunch of fucking money.
no.
Bunch of money.
but
This
it's
is all I
serious.
do now is just go podcast to podcast. And
But in all seriousness, touring was great. No, I
Chicken
mean,
warm
I fucking
nowadays.
love it.
yeah. Why do you love tour? Why do you
It's
love
a
travel?
challenge. It's met so many people too. That's my favorite part.
And you're still touring, right? You're still in bands. You're still touring.
Not right now. I'm kind of stuck. Having the bar is like having like a newborn child. Feels like where I got to stick around.
Yeah.
It'd have to be a proper situation, I think, to go on like a really long one.
Well, I think that's the ultimate seller about your ability to navigate the world. Because touring, and you toured Japan
Yeah,
in the same style, in a van, sleeping on floors.
that was the hardest one, for sure.
And having to navigate all of those things, where you get to the show and there isn't power, there isn't a PA, you don't know where you're going to stay, you don't know where the show is going to be.
You can't read anything.
Like in
You
Japan.
can't communicate. You don't know how to get cigarettes. Like that. Arigato. Fuck. Hope that worked. But no, Japan was fantastic. That was the coolest shit. But it was the most like grueling tour because you have to drive it like through the night. So it's like a punk style tour, and they have such heavy tolls, so they're lower if you drive in the nighttime. Excuse me. There's no other way to get that out of my body. I'm pounding these natties. But then you meet these like, and I'm not a tall dude, and like the van was the most uncomfortable fucking thing. There's like a gap like this between the seat and like the side, so you couldn't even like lean on anything. So you're just like this straight up, and they're driving like 100. We had 2 tour managers, awesome people. driving like 120 and just like in the middle of the night, and they'd fucking lie to you. Like, do we have a long drive? No. Okay, it's fucking 9 hours, like, in like just pitch black, and then the sun would come up and just be the most gorgeous fucking thing.
You get to see Mount Fuji.
I don't know. I don't think
You
so.
drove past in the dark.
Yeah. Or I was just so fucking hammered so I could keep my nerves calm because we're driving so damn fast.
Back in the car. So for a guy that doesn't like being in the car, you spend a lot of time in.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Were you guys sleeping in the van too?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
If we're lucky.
Like, because like,
You
know,
go to like a venue sometimes and like, you couldn't like pack like fucking sleeping bags and stuff. Like there wasn't, having to fly to Japan with like the road stuff that you would normally throw in the van. So like you just didn't have anything. It'd be like your fucking shirt.
right.
And you get to the venue, someone would maybe come open it up for you. And again, the communication level is like very low, which was a humbling experience too.
Yeah.
Because like we're there, It's like they don't know what shit.
Right. But it's not like where bands talk about like touring Europe where you're provided like meals and maybe
No,
a place
Europe,
to stay
yeah,
or anything.
the opposite.
Yeah.
I mean, we'd get fed. Like everyone, like the hospitality was wonderful, just not comfortable.
Right.
But definitely not like Europe. That's like a whole different. That's like a trip. You feel like you're the biggest band in the fucking world.
Right.
Why is that? Why is Europe or Europeans like?
I don't know,
It's
culture,
not,
I guess.
It's not even like that. It was like an eye-opening experience. Just like give a little more of a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like understand like what's going on. It's like easier to like make food if you fucking live in the city that the show's at. And find a fucking, and I think there's like money that goes into it. Cause there's like, I don't know what the word would be. You know these big fucking words. There's a euphemism.
a big European word for hospitality in French.
No. I think like there's like government money too that goes into it.
Into
to
the arts?
support-
Oh,
yes.
subsidizing stuff, like subsidizing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's always a spot to stay.
That's cool.
We never, whether it was like they'd have like hostels, which would be like the equivalent of like a Super 8 motel, but clean. And you would always get fed. And always get espresso. And went to a whorehouse in Hamburg.
All right.
You guys ever been to one of those?
Oh, let's hear about it.
I recommend it. To those of you watching at home or listening at home, check it out. And if you see, what the fuck was her name? Anika? Tell her Joey says hi. And I love you, sir.
All right. Well, thanks to Joey for sharing a little bit of your music background.
Yeah, no problem.
But I want to. I described you as an artist. I never called you a musician today. And I think Scott and Warren also curate some art with the custom motorcycles in the Mama Tried show. Through your fresh eyes, what do you see Scott and Warren and the Mama Tried show in the custom choppers? What do you see with what they're doing?
What do I see? Well, again, just similar to like the race is someone that doesn't know anything about it. Going into it, I can enjoy myself. Right? It's the setup of it, the flow of it, the energy of it. So for someone that you can understand, and it's cool like having people explain to me. Like I'm like looking at something. Let's say I don't know it's one of a kind piece from that got sent over from France if they make motorcycles in France. This is how much I know about motorcycles. And probably the one country that doesn't make motorcycles.
Well, that's why we appreciate you, Joe, because you have a different perspective.
It's an event, it's an event, and you can learn about it.
And have a good time.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you could not know a goddamn thing about. You could be me, and have a blast. And that part's cool. And I think that's like something like that people miss on, where they assume
Yeah.
they're trying to like curate to the people that, which you guys do too. Like I see people that are total fucking heads about bikes, enjoying themselves just like I am. And that's how I get down, I guess. It's for everybody.
Yeah.
It's not this like boring ass thing where it's like if you don't know every fucking part of the bike,
Right.
you're just gonna sit there and feel like left out of something.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Like I feel a part of it,
Yeah.
regardless of like working, with you guys or anything. Like I go in there and it feels like natural.
I think we've never talked about this, but I think just for me, when I see the bikes there, they're just like open hearts, if you will. They're a window into the human that made them, and when you see the human that made it standing next to the bike, you have an understanding visually of who they are by seeing the motorcycle they built, which is like songs that people write or poems people write.
Absolutely. And that's the funny thing is because there are bikes like right away I can look at and like, I don't like that, right? It's just purely aesthetic of like what I, and there's ones I'm like, dude, this is fucking awesome, and someone's like, that, yeah. Like, I can't tell you why I like it. I just do.
Yeah.
And there's bikes where I'm just like, I don't know. Then
Yeah,
someone
it's raw.
explains it to me.
Yeah, you're not jaded yet. You don't understand or follow or care about trends or styles or
Or
so you're
politics.
No.
That's the best way to be.
And it's really easy in the motorcycle world because
Easy.
yeah, everyone just wants to talk about their own shit. I don't think half these people even know that I don't know, and I'm like, you got that one? Yeah, I did. So like, they're like you ride? Yeah. Sportster from Kawasaki, made in France. What do you got? Yeah, I got the. Whoa, for real? Yeah, so like I used to have. Then you just fucking sit there for fucking whatever. And he like forgets like where he is. And he just kind of
Goes into a trance.
he just kind of dip off like. And he's like, nah, all right, I'm out of here. Thanks, Dale.
Yeah.
From fucking Iowa, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
No, but they're good people. I mean, that's my last
Yeah.
perspective.
It's like
We've all been that person because we get so into it. So, but I think that's what's cool about, like what you bring to Flat Out Friday, what Flat Out Friday is, like what we try to curate with Mom Tried, more specifically Warren. It's like it's really about. It doesn't even matter.
It matters.
Like,
Finish it.
because it's about the people that we talk about this all the time. It's
Yeah.
about the people that are doing it, not necessarily
There's-
what the thing
there's-
that they built or bought or brought or race.
There's people that have like let me in on like a family, that I'll see once a year,
Right.
and I'll see them, and it's like a total embrace, like the Dale thing, right? Whoever Dale is, that's in everything, whether it's The Office, whether it's music, whether it's what do you always say, remote control boat racing, But like, there's like dudes that like, there's like some fucking tatted up huge like Joey, like, and it's just like it's a family event, and I would never meet these guys. They'd probably kick my ass other times, and rightfully so. Or because they lost a bet, or it was a draw and they needed money. I don't know who won or lost that one, but for real, like it's a really cool thing. Like as the years go on, like my individual family grows of people. It's not even necessarily like dudes that you guys kick it
Yeah,
with.
sure.
It's
Sure.
like and that's the coolest part to me about it is it just brings fucking people together. And whether or not it is what it is, like. Some people spend every fucking moment of their day working on their bikes and thinking about it and loving it and dreaming about it. And I don't. And we fucking respect the fuck out of each other. Mm-hmm. So, like, that's the cool part.
Yeah.
Can you tell me the name of someone? I'm curious. A connection that you've made that we might not know about.
A connection that you might not know about?
Yeah, like a person you would consider part of your family or someone you're
say,
stoked
like,
to see.
Well, back to the Bama boys. Mm-hmm. That started...
Jason Rogers.
Yeah. And, like, that crew.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's, like, obviously, like, we're coming from two different angles of fucking life. I just happen to listen to better rock and roll music and they can't handle it. But, but it's just, like, an unlikely pairing, if you will.
Yeah.
And that was, like, the first moment of, like, I can make friends here. that aren't like you guys, you know, because like you became my friend and you became a friend. And then like the rest of the, you know, crew. The
Yeah,
one tried flat
then
out
you're going to
friend.
meet, you're taking a different trajectory with those dudes and meeting, you know, some of their
Yeah.
folks just by happenstance.
And like Josh from like Mine Pool, who I consider a good friend of mine now. You know, who I never would have met. Like just like stuff like that, like in life that you just it doesn't happen unless people are doing shit and care.
Yeah.
And it shows.
Yep.
Because it could just be fucking chaos and everyone could be fighting for their spot, you know, and then nothing gets accomplished.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you, but I think it's important that I state the obvious that I want Flat Out Friday to be run by fresh eyes and someone that's not in the motorcycle industry, because then you're going to get the same. And so you running things is much appreciated.
Yeah.
Fresh eyes is much
Of
appreciated.
course.
And thanks for sticking with us, Joe, through the ups and
Fucking my
downs and
pleasure.
ins and outs. And
And like
What have
the
yous.
family right now, like the newer, like everyone that's a part of it right now, it's fucking awesome. Like I get to see like I'm not as involved as I was before, and just to see like what's happening and like the energy of it is so badass.
The young people is what I noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like who get it?
yeah,
They get the philosophy of
Yeah.
it. It's the same thing.
which is great because they're going to have to take it over and run it someday.
Yeah, and get asked weird questions.
How we doing on time?
Weird answers.
Way over. This is edited out. Is there anything that you want to highlight or anything you want to mention?
Me?
Yeah, or anybody want to say anything that's important?
I would want to wrap up and just say, you know, if you're coming to town to visit Milwaukee, and if you don't get here in time for the pre party that happens on Tuesday, Tuesday or Wednesday at the world's smallest flat
Indoor
track,
flat track in
Promises Bar. You have to make a point of visiting Promises because
Absolutely.
it's a great fucking bar.
If it's snowing, bring your snowmobile.
Dude,
get
that
free beer.
that fucked me up, Warren.
Explain this. I don't know what you're talking about.
So like I make this joke, right? Just like didn't talk to him, like no idea about anything. And every bar is closing.
Because of the snowstorm.
Yeah, which makes me just like want to stay open more.
Yeah.
We're like, fuck, we're doing it. And I was like, you get free beer if you show up on your snowmobile, if you take your snowmobile here. And it was just like a total bullshit joke. And the nights I come into a Rafts, this motherfucker shows up on his snowmobile. And just like, there's something that like, I don't know. I loved it before, but damn, did that make my fucking day. Just like, because like people like, it got to the point where I'm trying to tell, like, I did not know. It seemed like too perfect.
Yeah.
It was too fucking perfect.
It was. That was just a spur of the moment thing that just happened. You know.
Yeah, but what are the chances that you have
Yeah.
a buddy that's gonna bring the snowmobile on the day that you put on your social media?
You couldn't get it in the bar, right? Was there a
No.
way to get it in the bar?
No.
And he comes in, he's like, I don't really like beer. And he's back out there just fucking whipping shitties all over the fucking town. Like the next morning I show back up to work and you can just see the tracks like all of like. There's pride in that.
There
You know,
is.
it's like I got cool fucking friends.
All right. Well, thanks, Joey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
thank you
coming
guys.
out.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thanks, Joe.
Thanks for coming.